MiHoYo actually did it. So if you guys haven't heard for some reason, in Genshin, you can actually get a free 5-star character now. You can get Aloy. This is what she looks like in the party section, but she's a free 5-star cryo bow user. And you can get her from PS4 and PS5 right now. If you go onto Genshin, go onto your PS4 or PS5, just go to the mail, and then you can actually claim her. It doesn't show it in my mail, but I went on my PS4, I got her in the mail, I claimed her, and I went back to the computer, and you can still use her in here. She comes with herself and the actual bow, which is really cool. This is her bow. You can't refine it yet. I believe when she actually comes out for everyone else, for the Xbox and PC and mobile and everyone, then you'll actually be able to get her and the bow refinements. But right now you can't. This is her bow. Dealing cryo damage to opponents increases the character's normal attack and charge attack damage by 10% for 6 seconds. The effect can have a maximum of 2 stacks. And additionally, when Aloy equips Predator, which is what the bow is called, attack is increased by 66. So she just gets 66 attack from just having the bow. So this is probably a really good bow to use on her. Now, there's probably better 5-star bows, but if you're free to play, this bow is really good on her. It gives base attack and attack. Even the stacks, you get up to an extra 20% on your basic and your charge attacks, which is good. Not only for the charge, though, because she can actually do basic attacks by herself. Her constellations aren't out yet, and I believe that they won't be out until you're able to unlock her on all platforms, or if she gets or when she comes on banner. But her talents, though, she's actually pretty good. So she has her regular charged shot and 4 consecutive shots by just clicking. Her E, though, her E is actually really good. Her E does cryo damage. It throws a bomb, kind of like Cleese in a sense, where you throw the bomb and then it explodes, and you get tiny bombs inside of that. They all do cryo damage, and they actually have a stacking effect. So when they break into the smaller bombs, they're called chill water bomblets, and every time she hits one of those chill water bomblets, her attack is increased, or the opponent's attack decreases, and she gets 1 coil stack. Now, her coil stacks are really good, and this is just by hitting her smaller ones. So if you have an Anemo character on your team, and you can actually suck up all of the bombs and then hit them, you can get all your coil stacks immediately, since there's only a 0.1 second cooldown to stacking it. With every stack that she gets, her attack damage is increased. But when she gets 4 stacks, it clears the first, second, and third stack. But then she can do basic attacks that do cryo damage instead of normal attack damage. So it will convert her regular tapping shots into cryo damage shots. Then her ult's really good. Aloy throws a power cell filled with cryo in the targeted direction, then detonates it with an arrow dealing AoE cryo damage. Her Ascension, her level 70 talent, is that when Aloy is in rushing ice state, which is the state that she gets from having 4 coil stacks, then her cryo damage bonus is increased by 3.5% every 1 second. And her cryo damage bonus increases of 35%. So you can get up to 35% with this. So she'll most likely be a DPS. I don't think you'll use her too much as a sub DPS, but I'm not too sure about that right now. Obviously, like I said, you can't get her constellations yet. But I'm just going to show you pretty much what her E and what her ult does. So her E throws that. It's kind of like Cleese, how it explodes. And then if you have an Anemo, you can suck them up. So like Sucrose. Sucrose would be really good. And you can actually get Sucrose right now on the ball banner. She's super easy to get. Sucrose is actually really good in almost everything. And then her ult probably won't do much damage right now because she's only level 20 with 0 artifacts, but just to show it off to you guys. And so let's just try to suck him up, and then I believe if I switch, now I can do a bit of cryo damage. So she's actually she's pretty good as a DPS. But Aloy, her ascension materials, they're actually like brand new. So with this update, we got specters. Specters are a new mob that we got, or a new enemy, and they drop spectral husk if you kill them, which is what she needs. She needs crystal marrow, which is pretty easy to find. You don't even have to break them; you just have to collect them. So a bit of the specters spawns are wherever you see this kind of pin. That will be a specter spawn. And if you do see the pickaxe icon, then that's where just some of the ones are. But crystal marrow, they're super easy to find. They're all over Tatsutsuna Island and like Serpent's Head. Just go around these areas. There'll be plenty of videos on those already, but these are a bit of the spawns of them. There should be like 3 over here in the water, so let's go see if they... Well, I'll show you the enemies and see if they drop anything or not. And yep, we got 2 Spectral Husk, so they pretty much drop them almost all the time. They're all around this new island. I believe I saw some on this island, but I didn't mark them down yet. But these are all of these marks are wherever the Spectrals will spawn whenever you need to farm those. Then the new, what else does she need to ascend? She needs the cryo crystals, which they're pretty easy. Just cryo reg is fine. One of the easiest bosses ever, and you can also buy them. She also has this talent. When she is next to an animal that produces foul, raw meat, or chilled meat, they won't be startled when you approach them if she's in your party. Now, if you do walk up directly to them, you do get startled a bit. They do fly away or run away, but it allows you to go a bit closer to them. And then here's a few of her voiceovers.
私たちの助けを必要としている人がいる。私はアーロイ。この世界のことはあまり詳しくないが、私の弓はきっとお前の力になる。必要な時はいつでも呼んでくれ。
That's pretty much the gist of Aloy. I didn't want to make a too complicated video on her. It is great that Mihoyo actually gave us a new 5-star character. She's like a replacement for Ganyu for free-to-plays, pretty much. But since the Ganyu rerun's coming, you can obviously get her there. I doubt she'll be used as a sub-DPS, and she's definitely not a support since none of her talents help your team whatsoever. But I'll just show you Aloy's basic attacks and her E once more. So she shoots the 5 autos, 1, 2, 3, 4 autos, and then her charge shot. Now, you can't hold down on the E, so you do have to press it. The second you press it, it will go. But the thing about Aloy's E is actually, it's whatever direction you're facing. I did forget to say that earlier. It's whatever direction you're facing. So, right now, if there's an enemy behind me and I'm using Klee and I press E, I would turn around and I would shoot this way. But with Aloy, if there's an enemy behind me and I'm facing this way, then you have to manually turn around and throw her E. That's the only thing, which is actually kind of good since the auto lock system in the game is pretty bad. I was actually asking for a character like this, where you could just aim by yourself, because sometimes it's really, really bad. But yeah, I think Aloy will be a pretty good DPS, and considering the fact that she's free will make her even better. If you already have support teams, then you can just throw her in there, and you'll have a good 5-star DPS. And yeah, that's Aloy.